Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and this is episode 21 of season 4 of our FIFA 12 Sunderland Manager Mode commentary, and we are now on to our final two matches of the Premier League season, and these are by far some of the most important matches that we have played this season, as these will determine whether we will win the Premier League or not. So first off, we have our home game against Manchester City, and that will be a huge game in deciding where the Premier League will go. And then last we have another home game against Stoke City, which should be a home banker of 3 points, but in football you never know what will happen. So this is how significant those matches are going to be. We are in second place, 2 points behind Man City with 79 points. They are on 81 points. Arsenal may be a bit too far off to win the title, but you never know what will happen. So that is going to be a really exciting match. And at the bottom of the table, it is just as exciting as Fulham and West Ham and Wolverhampton are fighting it out to get out of the relegation zone. So if we do beat Man City, we will go above them in the table, and then if we do beat Stoke, we will win the title. So looking at Man City's team, and it is a very impressive team. They have players such as Sneijder, David Silva, Cambiasso, Pato, Alves, Hart. Their team is just absolutely full of quality, but we actually get off to a really good start as we hold onto the ball and start passing around nice and quickly, and that is going to be really important in this game. Just holding onto the ball and keeping Man City out of possession, because they are going to create chances, and when they do, they have some deadly players to take the opportunities. But it goes out for a corner, that chance, and Obona with a really strong header kept out by Hart and eventually cleared away. But that is some good solid attacking incentive that we are showing at the start of the match, because remember guys, 3 points is what is required here. 1 point is not going to be enough unless we have some really good fortune at the end of the season. But Man City did come on the attack, but the combination of Obona and Hovland at the back has really proved to be a strong one this season, and they are going to be have to be at the top of their game for this match, and they really are playing pretty well so far. Hovland just covering there for Obona, who was slightly up the pitch, but with players such as Pato, Silva and Sneijder, you can't keep them out for such a long time, and Pato had a chance there, just went wide of the post, and Courtois, if that was on target, was getting nowhere close to it whatsoever, and Adebayor almost threw on goal there. A really important tackle from Hovland, just kept him out, a slight hint of a penalty, but in the end that was a quality tackle from Hovland. But we did manage to get back onto the ball just towards the end of the first half. A nice pass here into Kevin Gamero, just tries to finesse that in the back of the net from outside the area, but in the end it wasn't on target, and that's what's important. We actually have another good chance here. Xherdan Shaqiri breaking through on goal, just has to finesse this into the bottom hand corner, but yet again another good stop from Joe Hart, and he is such a quality player. Maybe Shaqiri could have done a little bit more with that, maybe could have put it more directly into the bottom hand corner, but what a through ball to Adebayor, and he tries to chip Courtois, and we get very lucky there as that just went over the bar. And at half time it was Sunderland 0, Man City 0, but that is not enough. We need all 3 points if we want any chance of winning the title, and yet again Man City start off the half in a very good position, and Adebayor, how did he miss that chance? That was a gilt-edged chance right there. He should have taken it to put Man City ahead, but again Man City on the attack. They are such a strong team, and Alex Pato with the chance and a good save from Courtois managed to be kept out, and we do manage to clear it out, and we eventually get back the ball again. And Man City, if you give them chances like that, they are going to take them eventually. But Fernandinho breaking inside with the shot, and on his weaker foot actually manages to force a good save out of Hart. But we have to bring on Oxlade-Chamberlain for Fernandinho, as Fernandinho's stamina wasn't looking too good. But Oxlade-Chamberlain threw on goal, some really nice passing leading up to it, and Kevin Gamero with a sweaty goal to put us 1-0 ahead and on course for all 3 points and the Premier League title. That was a really special goal there. The sweaty goal maybe slightly ruined it, but that was some great passing leading up to it, and yet again we were on the attack. Man City a little bit shell-shocked maybe, but James Milner throwing goal. His stamina is really suffering at this point. Just went for the long shot, maybe should have tried to sweat that across to the player on the flank, and in the end Xherdan Shaqiri tried for the header, but I had to bring James Milner off for Williams as his stamina was just looking absolutely terrible. But again we were on the attack. Man City still at this point just like, what's going on for them? They have no idea, but Kevin Gamero with the finesse comes so close there to putting us 2-0 ahead. A really nice shot, but in the end it did not go on target, and that is the most important thing. We have to take these chances. Kevin Gamero then spots Williams in the centre, and he can't score either, and Joe Hart is having an absolute stormer despite having conceded already. And this is when the problems start to set in around the 83rd minute, when Man City go all out attack, and I'm not going to take any chance. It's going to be hoofing this out at every single opportunity, and Man City were trying to get it in, and I'm just going to keep hoofing that ball out to consume as much time as possible from the clock. Maybe I should have tried holding onto the ball, but I was like panicking at this point. I was just thinking in my head, get it out, and we started struggling a bit here. But Hovland in the end just managed to hoof out yet again, and again we're trying to hoof it out. But Man City finally have the ball, a nice big hoof over the top to Schneider. He picked up the ball. Silva then plays through Alex Pato, and you know what's coming. The equaliser in the 90th minute. All throughout this season, I've been scoring 90th minute goals, and that's the one which ends our title challenge. But I wasn't going to stop there. I wanted one more chance, one more opportunity, and Kevin Gamero tries to smash it in and comes off the post, and that chance there could have changed everything. But unfortunately, that is the end of the game. It finished 1-1, and sadly it is looking bleak for our title challenge. Just have a look here at the Premier League table, and we are still in second place, 2 points behind Man City. Arsenal also drew their game. Hopefully we just have to hope that Man City drop points in their next match. And looking at the fixtures here, and it is against Fulham, so that is going to be a really sentimental match for me, because if you look at the table now, Fulham, if they lose this game, they could be going down to the Championship. So I'm going to be praying, not only because I want Man City to drop points, but also because I want Fulham to stay up. So on to our second and final game of the Premier League season against Stoke. And Stoke's team is looking pretty good, but I don't really care about their team whatsoever. It is all about 3 points here. If we get 3 points, we still have a slight chance, and hopefully Fulham can steal all 3 points and make us Premier League champions. So we get off to a pretty good start. Yunus Belhanda with the shot. Just went wide there, but it's pretty good to start off with a chance. I don't want Stoke to be completely dominating me at home. They do have a couple of chances of their own though. Ramirez playing in a chance there, and a good save from Courtois. Just kept that out. It's actually a really good save from Courtois. Sort of saw it at the last second sort of stuff, but Stoke were on the attack once again. Montana playing through Roque Santa Cruz, and a nice bit of trickery here. Completely fools my defence, and the shot just went wide of the post there. Maybe we should have been doing a little bit more with that, but I do not want Stoke getting the momentum in this game. Fernandinho with a chance there, just blocked off, but then gets a little bit of luck and blasts it into the back of the net. And I'm going to pick up that ball as soon as possible and resume going on the attack, because even though we are 1-0 up, FIFA and football can change just as quickly. And a nice tackle here from Hovland, played through Xherdan Shaqiri, and just after scoring 1-0 up, I want to go 2-0 up as soon as possible. Not going to take any chance. They're going to sweat this across to Fernandinho, and yet again he blasts it into the back of the net to put us 2-0 ahead. And yet again we're going to pick up that ball and go on the attack, because I want to get as many goals as possible to prevent any sort of comeback from Stoke. Just trying to break down the flank here with Fernandinho, but Ramirez is a very quick player. We do manage to lose him though, and then Fernandinho unleashing a shot. It was with his right foot, so it wasn't really that great, but again a good save from the keeper, and we are just on the attack constantly. Try to sweat it across here to Fernandinho. It was kind of a half sweaty goal, but in the end Sorensen does manage to stop it. But yet again on the attack, I'm not going to lay off Stoke at all. I want to keep on attacking constantly, and Stoke don't seem to have an answer for it. I do have a free kick as Alan Zagoyev with the chance, and another good stop from Sorensen. I was starting to think, well, if I don't take these chances soon, Stoke might even come back into the match. And just at that point we do manage to get a little bit of a breakthrough here. Kevin Gamero picked up the ball, plays through Fernandinho, and then he sprints past the defender and then just puts it past Sorensen to put us 3-0 up just on the stroke of half time. And that is the match over as far as I'm concerned. A really nice finish here, but again I kind of said that a bit prematurely. The match is as over. It's not really over, it never is in football, but just looking at half-time, and Fulham and Man City are actually drawing right now. I just need Fulham to score one more goal and I am Premier League champions as it stands. But in football, you know, I've said it like 3 times so far this episode, in football you just never know what's going to happen. A good stop here from Sorensen though to keep out Kevin Gamero, and yet again we're on the attack, this time keeping out the counter, and then a nice over-the-top ball to Xherdan Shaqiri. Don't know what the defender is doing, but another good stop from Sorensen. And I was starting to think, if I don't take my chances soon, then they might get one back, and then you never know what will happen. But Yosai Benayoun attacking down the flank, a good save from Courtois, straight into the path of Montana though, and he gets a goal back. And at this point I was starting to think, come back, because that's how it happens. Look at that save, straight into the path of Montano, and then Stoke were on the attack. I just couldn't seem to take the ball off them. They just seemed to have the ball stuck to their feet, and Pennant with a crossing and Montano with the header, and that could have been 3-2, and then I would have had very, very serious problems. But Courtois does manage to keep it out, and then Alan Zagoyev through on goal just after that that chance and puts us 4-1 ahead, just smashed it into the bottom corner, not taking any chances with that. Praise to the heavens for getting that goal and hopefully getting us all 3 points. And Stoke, after that, were sort of trying to get back into the game. They did have a couple of half chances, but in the end they were just trying to play it around my area, and a good tackle here from Milner starts the counter, but nothing comes of it. And then we do go on the attack one last time. Fernandinho yet again breaking down that flank. He has been absolutely incredible today. He's been my man of the match. Plays it across to Kevin Gamero to finish the game and put us 5-1 up against Stoke to absolutely humiliate them. And as someone who's not that appreciative of Stoke style of football, I am very happy to go 5-1 up against them. So I make a couple of substitutions, bring on Lucas Podolski, and he has a chance here. Just tries to finesse that into the top hand corner. Gets a bit unlucky that Sorensen saves it, but yet again, Yunus Belhanda pick up the ball. Look at that for a beautiful through ball, and then Lucas Podolski on his left foot came so close, but at full time it is Sunderland 5-1 against Stoke, but there aren't any Premier League champions celebrations, and that is because Man City won their game 2-1. It was maybe hopeful to hope that Fulham do manage to beat them. It was incredibly hopeful, but unfortunately they could not, and Man City are the Premier League champions of this season, and we are just 2 points behind them. We came so close in the end, but when you drop points like I did by giving away stupid and needless penalties and not taking your chances when you have them, you are never going to win the title. And in the end we came so close but yet so far. And looking at the Premier League table, at the bottom of the table, and Fulham, because they lost that match to Man City, they are going down to the Championship. And look at that, for a harsh blow to not only Fulham but to me as well. My old club Fulham are going down to the Championship, and I do not win the title. That is just a harsh blow there to me, but I do feel slightly sorry for Fulham. They do have some quality players, but they are going down to the Championship. And having a look at some end of season stats here, and Gamero finishes the season as top goal scorer. He wins the Golden Boot award with 25 goals, 4 goals ahead of Carlos Tevez. And in terms of assists, he also wins the assist award by getting 14 assists, 2 assists ahead of Rakitic of Blackburn Rovers. So he is going to win some individual accolades. Whereas clean sheets, Courtois didn't do too great this season. He came in 12th position with 8 clean sheets, 10 clean sheets behind Petr Cech, so didn't do too well in that department. But having a look at the board of directors' opinion of me, and sadly because we did not get very far in the Carling Cup or the FA Cup, we have slightly disappointed the board. And just look at this. In the Champions League, we did not do as well as we'd hoped. We managed to beat Barcelona and go through to the quarter-final and only just lost to Real Madrid. How much can you ask of me? That's just harsh. But in terms of our Premier League objectives, we actually did really well as we qualified for the Champions League, and we are in second place. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be staying at Sunderland. That just means that I have completed my season objectives. So at the end of this episode, I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking with this series. If you have watched all the way through, I can only tip my hat to you and say thank you very much. It's been a great experience, and next episode I will have the offers of the teams that I have been offered for a job next season. I am going to be carrying on this series until the end of FIFA 12 and until FIFA 13 comes out, and then I will do a new manager mode for FIFA 13, and also the goal of the season and player of the season nomination videos will be out after this episode, and then the job offers video will be out after those videos, and you can leave a comment on what club you want me to go to for next season. So at the end of this episode and at the end of this season, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching it, and if you have watched it throughout the whole season, you know, just thank you a lot. You know, I mean, I don't ask for, you know, thanks or, you know, anything a lot of the time, but I see all the comments of appreciation, and, you know, I can only give my own appreciation right back to you. You guys are what makes this series interesting. I love seeing all you guys' comments and feedback and everything like that. I just love to see that in the comments. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and if you have enjoyed this video and this series, if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be really appreciated. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.